Intelligence doesn't equal education. Intelligence doesn't equal education. This comment comes up on my page whenever I talk about the fact that the right wing has become the party of the uneducated. Statistically, that is true. Didn't used to be the case, by the way. I talked about this in a video that I deleted because the sound disappeared. Intelligence does not equal education is the response when I say, when did the right wing become the party of foolishness? They didn't used to be. We'll talk about that. And the thing is that education and intelligence are so closely correlated that one predicts the other in either direction. Of course, there's outliers, but the correlation is like 0.8. If you know what that means, you know what that means. You can look all this up. Even Wikipedia links the studies. I'm not going to do it. They're so easy to find. If somebody's educated, they tend to be intelligent. And if somebody's intelligent, they tend to be educated. Just think Malcolm Gladwell and actually the book, The Outliers, about why. If you're good at something, you probably keep doing it. So early, intelligent, you're rewarded for doing well in school, blah, blah, blah. We all know the outlier. We all know the guy who's, does the vintage motorcycle mechanics and never went to school and he's quite brilliant. Or, the janitor who has wisdom. They're the outliers. But it's interesting that the right-wingers want to grab onto the outliers because that's what they're doing with the science. Every frickin' scientist in the world who's not owned by oil goes, yeah, we're driving climate change as humans. And then what the right-wingers want to do is go, well, education doesn't equal intelligence because I know a really intelligent guy who's not educated, outlier. And there's this one study, Cato Institute, Fraser Institute, that says actually that this has always been happening. You need the outliers to be true because you want to ignore the statistics. Because you don't like science when it says things you don't want. Didn't used to be the case. 25 plus years ago, the right wing tended to be the educated party. It was the more conventional path, and it was the more upwardly mobile path, which meant that basically people were like, I want to pay less taxes, and I'm a little over on a conservative morality as I follow this conventional path to doctor, to lawyer, to professional degrees, etc., and mostly men, right? And then as we've, the equality's growing, you've got more progressivism growing, and by ism I mean that is a good thing. So now you've got less right-wingers as the upwardly mobile because we've allowed in a broader sense of what success looks like and what good ideas are, etc., dismantling the patriarchy in a way. So the point is that now the education favors the more progressive, Overton window, etc. Now right-wingers will tell you that's because schools have an agenda. No, we're not just talking social studies here. We're talking about actual cold hard facts, i.e. science, that you want to ignore. You need outliers because you're no longer the smart party. So you have to claim that education and intelligence aren't linked when they 100%, 80%, 90% are.